Hey there everybody, I'm Zethnos and this is Zethnos Gaming, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about different gaming communities and what they're like. So if you haven't really played some of these games that I'm going to talk about, which almost everybody has, then you might not know a little bit about their communities. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Let's start off with Minecraft. Everyone plays Minecraft, or at least almost everybody plays it. The community there is like really mixed. It has, older people, younger people. Like you can literally go onto a server and see somebody that's like 40 and see somebody that's like 10. You know what I mean? It's completely a mixed community. A lot of times it's really helpful, like a lot of the forum communities for it and like Google Plus communities and things like that are generally helpful and welcoming to new players and all around conversation and everything. Off the game, the communities are normally great. In game, it's real hit or miss. Like if you're playing on a server with a lot of people, normally you're not going to have a lot of crazy stuff going on. It's normally a pretty good community. But something that I've noticed is a lot of like the PvP oriented servers. The community is not really that great, as in with shit talking and things like that, pretty much. I mean, of course, that comes with any combat, PvP, competition related scene. I've been noticing a trend, like the more competitive a game is, the worse the community is. That's kind of like the main focus about this. Is I'm not saying that, competitive games are bad. I'm not saying that at all. Like a lot of people will complain about certain communities, like the League community. You gotta stop and think, okay, well, how competitive is the game? How much are you gonna get shit talked is based on how competitive the game is. And I'm not saying, don't play competitive games if you're gonna get butt hurt. Well, you probably shouldn't. But I'm just saying, prepare to like be insulted in games that are going to be really high competitive. And that, brings me to the next community, League of Legends. With League, it's 100% competitive. There is no player versus environment, PvE. There is no like just straight objective based where you don't have to fight against other players or AI or anything like that. It's all 100% PvP, combat, competitive, everything. And the community is shit. Like literally shit. Off the game and on the game. Like off the game, there are some smaller communities and groups that are pretty good, but that's very rare to find. If you play League, you better expect to not be welcomed, not receive any help, and pretty much do it on your own and get shit talked in every game that you play. That sounds a little extreme, but it's almost 100% true. Now, it's not like you're going to get insulted from the minute that you walk in the door all the time, but a lot of people will say that. It's so interesting, like the League community is such an interesting beast. You can find help and you can get better and you can find people to train you. Those are called coaches. A lot of them charge money, which is extremely weird. Like, everyone expects you to be a pro player. If you're not, then you're trash. It's kind of like, well, can I just play the game for fun? I just, I like the competitive environment of games. I'm a PvP kind of person, but I'm not, I'm not looking to be great at it. I just want to play a game and have fun. Like, no, fuck you. Get out of here. You're not Diamond, Challenger, Master, Tier, Pro, League player that gets, $500 million a year for, get the fuck out. It's like, no, it's like, you can't just play it for fun unless you ignore your chat and pretty much don't communicate with your team, which you need that to play the game. So it's kind of interesting seeing a game that's like one of the most popular games in the world have a community that doesn't welcome new players in any sort of way. It's just strange. I could talk about that forever. I might make a video on that, which there are tons of videos on the League community. Anyways, let's move on to our next game. We're going to talk about the Guild Wars 2 community. The Guild Wars 2 community is like the perfect example of a great welcoming community. Now, it's not the perfect community because there are trolls. There will be trolls in every community. There are bad people out there. The game itself, in-game and out-of-game, the community is great. You can log in level 1 first day, be welcome. Somebody, asks, how do I get here? Or how do I get there? How do I complete this quest or this challenge? And people are like, oh, well, here, I'll show you how to do it, or I'll show you how to get there, or I'll help you complete the quest. It is 100% awesome. And a lot of people are thinking that the game's dying out. It's really not. There are players on every single map. There might not be players everywhere, like on every single parts of the map, but there are like a lot of players on every map, level 1 through 80. And it's great. They're welcoming, they're friendly. You do have the trolls and everything, but it's not a hugely competitive game. There is PvP and there is mass PvP. Like there's, like arena based and then there's like server based. Even in the PvP, people are enjoyable, delightful, and it's weird. Like, you can get your face stomped or you can stomp somebody else's face and be friends at the end of the day. Like, it is just so weird, but it's not like 100% competitive. Like, nobody's trying to. There is a little bit of a professional league with it, but nobody is trying to be professional. Nobody's trying to be, like the best ever, and it's just a fun and relaxed game and environment. The community is made up of mostly men, but there are a lot more women that play than on League. There are, children, adults, older, like in their 40s and 50s, and it's just an all-around mixed and great community. I absolutely love the game. It's not as competitive, so the community is not as toxic or anything like that. So on to our next game. I was going to talk about Smite, the game that's showing right now. I'm not, a Smite player. I only play it casually every now and then, but I wanted to use it as footage for this because, I had been playing it, and, I was like, well, you know what, I'll go ahead and record it. So I'm not great at it or anything, so the gameplay might be a little lacking. But Smite is a good community from what I'm seeing so far. I've only played it for a little bit. I'm not, like really high level or anything. All the people I've met so far on it are nice. And, then again, it's not, it is competitive. Everything about the game is competitive. It is just like League, except third person, like, you're controlling all of the movements, mouse and keyboard, you have to aim and all that. It's not just like top down, click to move and all that weirdness. It's just as competitive as League, but there isn't like as huge of a pro scene. It's popular. It's almost just as popular as League, sort of. It's getting there, but I've been meeting some great people in there. Yes, people will trash talk you, but if you watch like the in-game chat, nobody's ever talked shit to each other in any of my games. Like, nobody's even talked in this game, except they'll, say, like, oh, attack or fall back or whatever, the simple little commands that it has in the game. And I think that that's kind of weird. Like, this one kind of breaks the rules of a competitive game equals shit community. It's strange, because it's almost just like League in the fact of how competitive it is, just not, with such a professional scene, and not, like, as many people playing it. It's a great community if you want to get into it. I've had people help me and teach me how to play the game, pretty much. I still don't know a lot about the game, but it's fun. That's all I can say about it, really. I think that's actually about it. That's really all that I wanted to talk about, were, those few communities. And if you guys want, give me your thoughts on some gaming communities that you think are good or bad, or if you have any differing comments between the communities that I've said, let me know in the comments below or anything like that. And I may even update a video or make another video on it if you guys feel like there's another community that you think I should have mentioned, or if I said something wrong about the communities, or if there was anything you want me to add to it. So there's that, and I will see you guys in the next video.